Hello, this is Neil Thompson from the Delegate Wranglers. Welcome to a brand new series of interviews that we are calling Industry Snapshots. So without any further ado, we'll get on with the first one. We were lucky enough to catch up with Allan, who is the account director for Searcys. Searcys have adapted really strongly throughout 2020 and moving forward into 2021. They've got so much going on. So we thought we would catch up with Allan, find out exactly, his take on the situation. So here we go. So Allan, we'll get straight into it. Do you want to tell us a bit about the Searcys brand? I mean, if anybody doesn't know, haven't heard of Searcys, hello, where are you? But do you want to give us a little overview of Searcys, some of the properties that you guys work at, and also your role there?
Of course. So I'm an account director for Searcys, looking after numerous venues. We've been around for quite some time, since 1847. We've been through some very challenging times, 2 world wars. So we're very confident we'll come through this at the tail end, most definitely. Some of our venues that we've been operating during COVID, specifically the Gherkin, St. Pancras Brasserie, and Blenheim Palace and Bath Pump Rooms. So those are just a few of our retail or restaurant outlets, but we also have some fantastic events venues, 30 Euston Square, British Academy, Carlton House Terrace, that is.
Fantastic places. Yeah. You have got some great places, and also like the Gherkin as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So what about your role there with Searcys, Allan? What is it that you look after?
So I look after, or I'm involved in all the venues, all the different businesses, dealing with clients, especially over the last 9 months. It's been staying very, very close to them, understanding their needs, and also working with them to find solutions. We've obviously gone through massive transformation of the industry, and we've been able to collectively come up with ideas, different ways of operating, whether that's a food offer, beverage offer, or simply putting packages together for micro weddings.
So the creative side of your brain has been used to the max in the last 12 months.
Something like that.
So Allan, we're obviously not here just to talk about COVID and all the difficulties we've had, but I know I'd be interested to know, how you guys have had to adapt to very difficult situations. You guys have been very vocal, very public about, how you're adapting and the things you're doing, and it's been really good to watch. So do you want to give us a bit of flavour of the kind of things you had to do?
Of course. Nobody can deny it's been a very, very tough and challenging time. We're looking at 9 months already. And I think that the toughest part of all of this has been about the people, whether that be the teams that work in the various restaurants and events venues or hospitality in general, but also the customers who frequent those venues. It's been really, really difficult. And we've had to adapt. The best part of it all is we've got a team that have been so flexible. Resilience has been a key word for us, so resilient through this. And every time we've come to open up or do another activity, it's amazing the dedication and even gratitude that's been shown by them. So that's been key for us. I think the other part is obviously, as you said, being vocal, letting our clients know that we are still around, we have to ground. The communication lines have always been open, and we've had honest and open conversations about what it looks like, around the guidance, around the restrictions, what we can and what we can't do, just to ensure that what we deliver is the best we can under these circumstances.
And it's been so difficult, hasn't it? Because, literally you change your plans and then you do something, and then 2 weeks later, the rug gets pulled from under you. So it's been a constant adapting thing. I know we work with your team, and I've seen some of the things that you've had to do. So, hats off to you, I would
Thank
say.
You.
So obviously moving forward now, 2021, it looks like we've got the start of a kind of road. Well, I'm not even going to say a roadmap, but we can see the kind of the end finish line in the distance. What kind of things have you guys? Well, what are you doing at the moment? I know it's quite difficult because a lot of the venues are closed and things, or all of them. But what are you doing at the moment? How are you getting ready for your reopening and stuff like that? And then what's the bigger picture further ahead?
Sure. We're very positive about the future. That's the one thing I'm 100% confident of. Is the vaccine rollout means a lot to us. And over the next few months, we'll see our venues and our restaurants start reopening. So it's looking at that and being able to manage those businesses. I think that's, first of all, what's always key. and how we do that, but also then delivering an experience to our customers. I think what we saw during the last couple of lockdowns, reopenings, is that as people, we want to treat ourselves now. So we want to go out and have a bit of an experience.
I can't wait.
Exactly. We've got to find ways of doing that now all the time. We've always wanted to deliver great food, great service, but now it's a bit of luxury that's got to be thrown in there, because we've all realized, we all serial restaurant visitors. We want to go back to that, and we really, really want to enjoy it. So it's looking at our offer, looking at the menus. How do we deliver that? How do we deliver that with maybe a smaller team in a more challenging environment? So that's the sort of thing we've been working on behind the scenes.
And these are real challenges, aren't they? That's a real challenge, to deliver a better experience, but with a smaller team under tighter restrictions. It's hard.
Definitely. And when I look at our policies that have been issued over the last 9 months, we're on version 12 or thereabouts, because we've had to adapt and change all the time. Every time there's a different restriction or even a different experience.
That won't be the last either, Alan. No,
I know. It'll be constantly updated, but I think it puts us in a good place to move forward now and being able to tailor the offer around that. We're very keen to the restaurants. We mentioned the Gherkin, St. Pancras, been fantastic for us in between the lockdowns. So we know there's a key market who want to return, and it's just making sure we do that in the right way. We don't want to compromise, the restrictions or anything like that, because we know they'll be around for a number of months still. And it's making sure that we have all of those policies and procedures in place. But at the same time, it's quite exciting, because we found new ways of working. Maybe it's a reduced menu. And some customers actually prefer that. Maybe it's time we've learned.
Judge. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
What I was going to say, chip in with, was I think that one positive thing of all of this, not that there's many, is that it has given you the chance to kind of reassess what you do, because you never get a chance, because you're just constantly delivering all the time. So I think it is good for that, and I'm with you on that. Sometimes having a tighter menu is easy to choose. The worst thing I hate is a huge menu with a million choices. So I'm with you on that one.
And from an events perspective, when we used the word bento, it was almost a dirty word, because it was a little bit dated. Now what we actually deliver in that format, it's not about a bento, it's about a vessel that you're delivering a touch-free menu or food item in.
Yeah.
And whether it's a beautiful piece of trout from Bibury or a deconstructed trifle, you can still deliver fantastic food in that format.
Absolutely.
It's just rethinking it. And I think that's what we've had to do is find a different way of delivering food, which we would never have to do, and still making it appealing. And to be fair, that's been the exciting part, is redeveloping what we've been doing over the last number of years.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I mean, I can't wait to try some of your new offers at some of your places. That's a little hint there, by the way.
And technology. I mean, that is something which is key during COVID, or during the last 9 months, has become even more and more prevalent, whether that's online apps or online ordering, different platforms.
But these are some things that you might be able to use going forward in conjunction with your normal offer as well.
Definitely. It's going to become part and parcel of what we do. They're talking about omni-channel events, hybrid. I can't see that ever now moving away. However, we all want the interaction. But what that might mean is we have smaller numbers, but larger audience, which could be a positive.
Yeah, so, I actually think the word hybrid won't be used anymore, because it'll just be the norm. People will just do that, and where's your online and where's your in-house bit? I think that's the way it'll be going forward. But it's interesting to see that you've had to adapt, with technology as well, not just with your offer, but that kind of side as well.
Absolutely, and it all forms part of how we operate now, and that's not going to change. I think we've had to adapt very quickly, which in the long run will be a positive for all of us.
With the way you guys have had to adapt, have you had to find that you've had to send out more things online, by delivery, and offer more things, from that perspective that you wouldn't have had done before?
Yes, interesting. The current situation has meant we've had to think a little bit differently. And going into the Christmas period, our famous champagne, the Searcys Cuvée and the Rosé, was put onto an online purchasing platform, and the sales were excellent. And very, very encouraging. So what we're actually going to do is we're moving forward with that now as a platform, and the brand that Searcys is well known for. And we're looking at partnering with a number of very well reputed companies. And we're hoping to increase that offer and be in the main line with those very, very soon.
So watch this space, eh?
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Well, if you need somebody to test it, Alan, I'll give you the details.
Of course.
I'll do that for the team, no problem. So with that, thinking about the future as well, I know you've got some exciting plans for 2021. Anything you can share with us? Give us a little sneak preview. Honestly, no one will know. Only 20,000 people in our group.
Yeah, sure. Look, the outlook is very positive for us. The tail end of last year and prior to the initial lockdown, we've done a lot of work around business development.
Yeah.
Some of those new contracts or openings had to be pushed slightly for obvious reasons. But we've got some great business coming online. One of them being Royal College of Surgeons, which has sort of been pushed along a little bit with a new venue called The View, overlooking Lincoln's Inn Field. Very, very excited about that. Number of years it's taken to refurbish that business or that events venue. So very, very exciting. We've got Inner Temple reopening later on in the year as well. Yeah. And a couple of other ones coming online, which I can't talk about quite yet.
So all these places, are these all going to be events venues, for people to use? Because that's what, a lot of our members will be really interested in, what kind of offer, new things. You're always on the lookout for new things or refurb things.
They are. I think Inner Temple, has got a long-standing reputation working with their members, but the new facilities are phenomenal. And then the View Royal College of Surgeons, absolutely stunning venue. The location is superb, and the facilities, the upgrade is incredible. So perfect timing, coming out of this. If it does mean hybrid, new technology, we're very, very well placed to deliver those events.
So we can look forward to some launch parties going on these kind of places. Okay, Al, well, thank you so much for, taking the time out to talk to us and just give us a little snapshot of, where you guys are. Sounds really exciting. I mean, it's been super tough, but hats off to you for adapting the way you have. You've totally been malleable and gone with the flow, all the time. So, I really admire that, and I'm really looking forward to all the new venues in 2021 too.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the rest of 2021, and thanks so much, Neil. It's been great.
Cheers. Thanks.